Hi, I'm Josh Kettleson.
And I'm Christo Schultz.
What kind of advisor, what should someone look for in an advisor, Christo, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, there are two types of advisors for the most part. There's a broker-dealer, and then there's a fiduciary financial advisor. And so two of the unique differences is that you can get financial advice and investments from both of them. The differences are with a broker-dealer, it's a transactional type relationship in business. The broker-dealer will sell and buy securities on your behalf. And so it's kind of a one-time relationship, buy, sell.
And that advisor, that broker-dealer advisor or representative can give financial advice in conjunction with.
Yep.
The selling of a security.
Exactly. And so while it is a transactional one-time buy-sell, you can have a continual relationship of getting financial advice and buying and selling securities with you. A financial advisor, specifically a fiduciary on the other hand, which is what you and I are, Josh, is someone that provides strictly financial advice. And the word fiduciary means someone who's acting in your best interest, only providing advice that is truly in your best interest from a financial standpoint, a fee standpoint, everything. And that's what we are. And so the differences are it's an ongoing relationship. You're getting advice on what you should own, what you should do, in addition to how you should be set up from an estate planning perspective. If you're properly covered from insurance, what advantages can you take from a tax standpoint? And so it's more of a transaction, think broker-dealer, versus ongoing relationship, think financial advisor, fiduciary.
And there are good and competent advisors on both sides of that equation. And the way I like to think about it, though, is that on one side, well, I'm sure both are doing what's in the best interest of their client, or trying to. This side, the side that we're on, we have a legal obligation, and there are ramifications and consequences for not following that strict highest level of care that our industry provides.
Yep. For sure.
How can you tell if your advisor is a fiduciary?
So one thing to look for is some credentials at the end of their name. So if they're a CFP, they've gone through training, and according to those code of ethics, they should be a fiduciary. And but there are plenty of broker dealers that have CFP designation at the end of their name. The other is the type of business model that they use, and RIA, fee only. Look for those words. Those are what we would consider fiduciary type advisors. Those are the two that kind of stand out top of mind. What other areas have you found that are easy to see if someone's a fiduciary?
I think it's just okay to ask.
Yeah.
Just ask the advisor, are you a fiduciary? Mm-hmm. And then follow up with that question, are you always a fiduciary? And then follow up with that question is, under what circumstances do you not act as a fiduciary? These are all legitimate concerns. Mm-hmm. Most of the people that you're going to work with in life are not fiduciaries. Your real estate agent can sell you a $3 million house. They're not a fiduciary, right? Your second base, you can go buy a Ferrari for $200,000. That person is not legally obligated to look after your best interest. You come to an advisor like us with $100, we now have a legal obligation to take care of you like we would take care of anyone else. So I would ask the advisor some poignant questions about any conflicts of interest they have. As fiduciaries, we need to avoid conflicts of interest, or at best disclose them in very clear terms. Those are the kinds of things I would do to determine if your advisor is a fiduciary.
And I think that's such an important question. And go ahead and ask: are you a fiduciary? Are you always a fiduciary? And in what circumstances are you not a fiduciary?
Yes.
And hopefully you'll be able to tell if they're dancing around the question. You'll be able to tell very quickly that they might not be a fiduciary.
Sure. And I think when selecting an advisor, one of the most overlooked things, but might be the most important part of the advisor-client relationship, besides the credentials and the expertise, is do you have a good connection with this person? Because you're not going to take advice necessarily from someone that you don't respect at some level. So when you interview a financial advisor, make sure that there is good chemistry between you and that advisor. And if there's not, go to a different advisor. The great thing about our industry in particular, Krista, I think you agree, is that there's a lot of good players in it. There's lots of good options. We happen to be one of them. However, there's also some not so good options. And you need to be very concerned that you're going with the right option for you. It suits your needs best.